So we're no Grails truly safe. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sneaker Circle. It is your boy Danny back with another review. In today's video, I am going to be covering the Air Jordan 4 Undefeated collaboration now. This shoe is historic. So this is one of the first collaborations Jordan brand has ever done back in 2005. That's 20 years ago, and this is the 20th anniversary of that project. So in hindsight, this is crazy because this is a shoe not a lot of people were able to even see for the last 2 decades. 72 pairs worldwide for that Friends and Family edition back in 2005. It's what set the bar for collaborations and kind of moved that line forward for years to come. So before I get into the actual shoe, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking out the channel. My name is Danny, if you didn't know, and today we are covering the Undefeated Air Jordan 4s. So we do get that 20th anniversary box, so 05 and then 25 at the very bottom, celebrating 20 years. This pair came directly from Undefeated Online. The only way you've been able to get these pairs so far have been through Undefeated directly, so either the online raffle that I won, or being in Los Angeles / any place that actually has an Undefeated store. Only chance to actually get a pair of these, but we are gonna see a sneakers release on the 28th. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these out the box and let's get straight into the video. All right, onto the table, we do have the Undefeated 4s. It's crazy seeing these in person. This is a pair of shoes I never thought I'd see in my life. Last year, we did start to see restock rumors and then sample pics. So some people were saying they're gonna come out with the Jumpman versus the Nike Air. There's gonna be 2 different versions, yada, yada, yada. But at the end of the day, we did get an iteration of the Undefeated 4s in the current model of 4s. So still following that like 89 shape that we've been doing the last 2 years. So it is gonna look a lot different from the 2005 pair that released that has just that era's shape, model, and even a Jumpman in the back. So the way the original pair released back in 05, I think it's rumored to be like 72 or 80 pairs, something like that. It was a Friends and Family drop, plus it was raffled and auctioned. These shoes have been at the price of some mid-luxury cars for years now. Imagine 2022, you drop finally $30,000, $40,000 on a pair of Undefeated 4s that have been soul swapped or have never been worn, whatever. And then you get the restock rumor saying they're gonna come out in 2025. Imagine being that guy. Sucks to be him. These, on the other hand, fantastic. I'm really glad Jordan brand has brought these back in celebration of 20 years. Whole upper and that really nice olive. I do think if this didn't have the Undefeated label attached to it, it wouldn't be as popular, maybe a little more slept on. But the color blocking for it works insanely well. These are just as good. I do think these are probably one of the better releases we've seen this year. But it does go to show, like, is Nike brand / Jordan brand being a little bit lazy, digging into the vault and bringing out these classics, because a lot of people are kind of like worried about holding on to shoes now. Like, should I hold on to this shoe I've had for 10 years, very popular, or is it just gonna restock out of nowhere in a worst form? I do think the current Air Jordan 4 model, lineage, and all that is pretty good. So I do think this is a good version of the Undefeated Air Jordan 4. So right here, you do have the Undefeated hang tag. Pretty nice. And one thing I never noticed is the tongue itself is like this polyester, and it's also olive. I always thought it was black. So you get Undefeated on the tongue right there, and then orange on the inside. These, for the first time, do come with extra laces. They come, oh, it's like falling apart. They do come with those extra laces right there. I'm not gonna take it out because it's stuck. 4s normally don't come with extra laces, so definitely on brand with what Jordan brand's trying to sell you / Undefeated. No crazy additional details. The inside has the Undefeated logo in here and then the Nike Air logo right here. You do get these removable patches right here. And they do say Jordan Rare Air. I think I'm gonna keep that right on. And there's actually a huge factory flaw right now where some people's pairs don't have the completed R in rare right here. Luckily, I didn't get a Diddy pair. I'm actually really happy I didn't get a Diddy pair because that would have been crazy. I don't want that. So this whole shoe is inspired by M1 flight jackets, which were a lot more prevalent in the early 2000s. This is the reference right here. They grabbed all that and put it onto the shoe, which is probably why they added the removable patches. And it's super funny that I'm seeing a removable patch on this because 1 or 2 Air Jordan 4 releases before this, we saw the removable patch on just, I think they called them Rare Airs. I think Jordan Brand was like, you know, we're designing this for this year. Let's just use it as much as we can. I don't know. And I guess this part of the video is where I really want to tap into you guys. Do you think Jordan Brand should be tapping into the vault and releasing these seemingly mythic shoes? So this is the second time they do it. The first one was Wu-Tang's. This is the first time they do it with an actual brand, technically. So a couple Air Max days ago, we did get the DQM Bacons. Those bricked and were overly produced like crazy. That originally was a collaboration between Nike and a brand called DQM, Dave's Quality Meats. Pause. And it did feel weird seeing them come back out, but then Dave's is no longer a thing. It's not a brand. So it was just Bacons, Air Bacons. It wasn't DQMs, it was just Bacons. But unlike that, this had another brand attached to it. Undefeated is still around, it's undefeated. So I do think they had more of a say on how these would be produced, overly produced, how they would release, etc. And I do think that highlights that maybe if Jordan Brand does do this, hopefully the brand it does it with still has a big say in the release, because those Air Bacons were poorly produced, overly produced, and they were just everywhere. Then we see these, and then we see Wu-Tang's, and it's super weird. You see Wu-Tang's and it's like your whole life collecting. It's a $10,000 shoe, $12,000 shoe. People want cars for the shoes. It's crazy. And then they just release it now. It's like a $300 shoe. It really forces you to ask, you know, do you like the shoe because it's exclusive, or do you like the shoe because of its details, its story, and all the other things associated with it? I think it's a case by case. Wu-Tangs are cool. I'm not gonna like drop 10K over a pair, or even $300 for a pair right now. Undefeateds are another thing. This is a shoe I've always wanted, so I'm actually pretty grateful that Jordan Brand and Undefeated actually released this. So now a lot more people have access to this iconic color, iconic shoe, and I'm glad they did it right. Maybe we're gonna see by the end of the year these fall under $300, and that's fine. For those that actually really like the shoe, really like the color, really like the concept, appreciate the story. Or those who've always considered these grails, now they have a chance to buy a pair, own a pair, and wear a pair, which, what, 3-4 years ago was like winning the lotto. All right, I think that's where I can stop glazing the shoe a little bit. I do think this is a tricky slope to be under, accepting all these retros, because then we're gonna start seeing weird retros that no one really asks for. Like, I don't need band ones 15 times. Shattered backboards, I do think they milked the hell out of the shattered backboard line, and now those carry like 0 weight. Or maybe just people don't like Air Jordan 1s as much. I don't like the new Air Jordan 1 build as much, so. But I will say there are some shoes out there that deserve a re-release or an initial full re-release. Nike Brand, I'm talking to you directly. Re-release the City Pack, the Nike SB City Pack. I want to see London's at an available price, you cowards. All right, that's where I'm gonna end this video. I'm gonna go ahead and throw these on feet. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be easy, and I love you. Okay, bye.